financially came on board to assist. It was a massive help then and remains so today. For this event at Greg's funeral, I stated I'd get this race off the ground. Response very simple. Many, don't worry, I won't come back till after Easter. To all our other sponsors, the Junction Inn, Argo Marine, Ace Composites, Chris Scanner Specialty Race Products, Marine Line, Universal CNC Machining, Price Engines, NJ Handrails, Primary Plumbing Solutions and many others. Big massive thanks. We hope to see you all again here next year as the event continues to grow. Thank you. We'll move on with the prize presentation. Can I get Laurie Candusu from the Trojan crew to come up please, and we'll present the Trojan point scores and winners for the weekend.
Thanks Peter. First of all I'd like to thank mainly the 6-litre guys that turned up to not only support Greg's race, which was the most important race of the weekend, but Larry's race. To the 105 class, to the unlimited class. What am I doing wrong? Too close. Some people are lucky. And to the club for actually inviting us here to run around to the Trojan. We've got another couple of rounds to go. Next one will be at Yarrawonga. In conjunction with the EC Griffith Cup, and the last round will be at Adelaide in conjunction with the Marge Watson. So hopefully as many people can turn up there and support not only us but all these other great events. You know, the racing this weekend absolutely fantastic, and finally like just to be involved in the inaugural running of the Greg Lewis Trophy and the Ray Joe Wamsley Trophy is an absolute pleasure and an honour for us. Thank you very much. I'll just run through the point scores as they stand for the Trojan. So, first on 425, Sick Puppy. Second, Lock and Load, 415. Third, Turn It Up, 410. Fourth, Workhorse, 394. Fourth, LM Raceware, 390. Sixth, BNR Engines, 387. Seventh, Sicko, 329. Eighth, Image, 291. And ninth, Shenanigans, 110. So once again, everybody's got a chance. Our point score system's pretty close, so turn up, run every round, run every heat, and you've got a chance of winning. Yeah. So for the weekend, third overall, Connor Patterson, Turn It Up. Well done, mate.
Alright, I'll do one. I think I'll come back up later anyway. But yeah, I'd just like to really thank Dad and Mark. Mark flies over from Tassie to help us out and stayed all week from Epiloc last weekend. So we raced there and turned around and come here as well. I'd like to thank the club. It was a really lovely day. It's a lovely venue and just a beautiful place to be at this time of year. You know, it's a little bit better than Melbourne. Yeah, I'd like to thank my competitors. It's been a while since I've got to race some people in my own class. I've just been racing GP Hydros and Ricky and a few of the others. So it's nice to drop the flag and be next to someone instead of watch them all go. So it's been a very wonderful weekend, and I'll thank a few more people when we come back. Thank you.
Second for the weekend, Ryan McIntosh, Lock and Load. Well done, mate. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. Great venue, great racing. Should be more of it, I reckon. We'll all get together and put a good show on. So yeah, thank you.
And first for round one overall, Sick Puppy, Troy Marlin.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, just want to thank the club for putting on such a great meeting this weekend and everybody involved for getting all such a great group of boats, and yeah, people to come down and see what's going on with our sport. It's been a long time since we've been able to race and race close like we were this weekend. Congratulations to the other guys as well, like yeah, in those other races it was really good, and my sponsors, my crew, those guys, man. Without those guys I can't be here. I'm working, and yeah, thanks everyone. Thank you.
No, I'm too fat. Just finally, I'd just like to say that anybody that's got a boat, if you turn up to these sorts of events and help and support the clubs that are running them, what a great show they put on. So, you know, whether there's a race meeting on next time, if you can get there and support powerboat racing. You know, it's a great sport. There's a great mob of people. Everybody gets on. So, yeah, next race meeting, get there and support the clubs. Thanks.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you, Laurie. We'll just now move into the presentation for the 105 class. Is Mick McIntosh here? Mick McIntosh is a member of our club and a racer, and he did sponsor this event. So are you going to do it? So 105 class. We'll do third place first. Haymaker, Gus Beavers.
He's gone. Gus is gone.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Gus is gone. That could be bar money. Second place in the 105 class. Marine line, Dean Gerhard. First place in winner, 105. Buddha, Tony Willis.
Man, I'd like to really thank Raymond Terrace for putting on a great weekend. I haven't raced here for about 5 years, but whenever I do race here, I've always loved it. I'd like to thank all the volunteers. Without them, we can't race. I'd like to thank all the boys that turn up to race in all the classes, because it doesn't make a meeting. And I'd like to thank the 105 boys, because I wouldn't be able to race if they weren't here. I'd like to thank my crew, Pat, Brad, Bob, Bailey, and Matty. Sorry, I'm getting the old man's disease. But yeah, everyone, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Peter.
For those, Brian Kenner. Okay, for those of you that aren't aware, Kenner Specialty Racing Products. Huge thanks to Chris for donating a fantastic prize, which is 2 custom cell suits valued at about $1,200 US each. There'll be one for a 6-litre driver and one for a bad boat driver. These custom cell suits are not cheap. Besides their good looks, they're obviously an essential part of in-cockpit safety. In our discussions with Chris, it was mutually agreed upon to ensure the fairest and most equitable means of picking a winner for this particular prize. All names for each particular class will go into a hat for 6-litre and one for unlimited, and we'll simply draw out the winner, and you will have a certificate, get a brand new cell suit from Chris Kenner. Using a very, very technical piece of equipment. Start with 6-litre. I won't be drawing it out. I might get Amy Hancock. Oh no, I'll get Ricky Howard to come up, please. You can do it. Yeah. Oh, Amy's our treasurer. If Brett could come forward, where is Brett? Coming up. Oh, it might be a $1,400 suit. You want to say a few words?
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, maybe. No. Look, I've actually got my old man cell suit on because years ago I had an accident and it got cut off me. So this is much appreciated and a bit of a shock to get. Would like to thank the club and everyone who I raced against this weekend, and also the Ramseys for in and out of the water, and just I had no crew this weekend, so I don't know why, but anyway, they might not like me, so I don't really give a shit, to be honest. But yeah, just tremendous, beautiful water. Definitely come back here 100% again, and just yeah, congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, and to Chris.
Thanks, Brett. Cheers, mate. Okay, so we now go. I'll get out of the road. And get Ricky. Okay, so this is for the unlimited bad boat class. So we need to draw a winner out for a cell suit. Off to the day, Ricky in charge. Bulldog, W. McCutcheon. We'll ensure that it gets to him. You got that invite prize? Hey? You got the one for the invite? Yeah. At the completion of the day's racing, we threw together with Mikey Johnson. Is Mikey here somewhere? He's gone. To have a bit of a race of what was left of the guys that wanted to compete in some sort of invitation. So we managed, and I know we had a high attrition rate at the end of the day, which is not unexpected, but we did have 3 quality boats make it onto the water. And the winner of the invitation, Craig Lewis. Thanks for travelling all that way, Craig. We really appreciate it. That's some cash.
Just like to thank the Raymond Terrace Club for putting on a great day. I know what it's like when you're a small club trying to run big events and all that. You know, you haven't got enough staff to do it. It's a struggle, but you got to support the little clubs, because if we don't, mate, this sport's going to fail. So we need here to support little clubs like that, clubs like our Gold Coast club, and the sport will go better. And you never have to invite me for a second time to go. I'm always in for them.
Cheers. Thanks very much, Craig. We will start with the Greg Lewis. I'd like to get Kane Bannister to come up and say a few words. I know he's done it quite a couple of times today with the commentary, but as our primary sponsor for the races, I'd like to say a few words about Greg and his involvement with racing.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but
It's working on live stream.
oh, good. I'm pretty loud anyway. It's all right. So firstly, I just want to thank everyone for rocking up today. It's a massive effort, massive. Secondly, I watched those guys in the water today on the PWCs, the rescue crew, the volunteers, the snag turners, the onion sizzlers, or whatever you want to call them. Everyone has done a massive, massive effort. So, hats off. Andrew Wamsley. There's nothing. He's like, I love clubs. I'm a club guy. I love people who support everyone else, and everyone mingles together and makes everything come together, and it's fantastic. Andrew's the guy who said, we want to do this, and people said, nah, it won't work. And so he's made it work, and today was the testament to that. And we filled the banks. The boats rocked up. He must have thrown, I don't know what money at it, and plenty. And everyone goes, wow, what a day. So we have to say, well done. So thank you. Fantastic. Now through today, yay! He's having it. Andrew was busy. And I want to say a massive thank you to the High Flyer team. I had Raymond Terrace Aquatic Club approach me to say, can we feed some funds towards today? And I said, yep, you got me. So he threw some dollars towards it. I met the family for today, and wow, I'm back. I'm already back. I already said I'm committed for next time. So, however, like those guys, that family, and having a chat today, it was like hair tingling. I love it. I go, how good is this? Because the boating community for us is, I know, like this is us now. The park is empty, and then there's us. And you guys, to me, are family. So I have to say thank you, and I have to say thank you to the High Flyer team, because we're family, and I love it. So, in the next bit, I don't know, what do we next? Oh, good. Yeah, we're back. Later.
Don't go too far.
Okay.
What I would like to do now is I'm just going to ask Trevor Monks, should be here somewhere. Trevor? Trevor, as you probably know, crewed for Greg for many years. He'd just like to say a few words about Greg and the racing and what this event means to him.
Oh, Greg's up in heaven, and he's got his hands together. What a weekend. What a driver he was. The nicest person out of a boat, and he just grew horns when he hopped in one. You know, there's not much you can say but good about Greg, and so I'm just pleased to be his cousin and crew for him for all those years. Thank you.
Thank you, Trevor. Yeah, I was just going to get Stephen, for those of you who probably met Stephen, which is Greg's brother, twin brother. So I just wanted to say a few words before we do the actual presentation for the trophy.
Yeah, Greg was a person that used to like to have the microphone in his hand. I'm probably on the other side of things. Greg was fairly lengthy. I'm short, but Greg, when he first started, he used to be interested in outboard boats. So I don't like saying that word, but he went water skiing one time with Trevor's father and family down at Swan Lake, and at the age of 16, and we were all water skiing behind the outboard. The outboard kept going all day, and there was another bloke there, Cliff Felton, who had an inboard boat, but it was on the beach all the time. And Greg suddenly sort of, instead of wanting to go with the water skiing and what have you, and the outboard boat, he spent the whole day and weekend with the outboard boat on the beach. And that's when Greg started to get involved with inboard boats. He ended up being a petrol head, which I'm certainly not. Anything with a motor he was into, but boats was what he wanted to do. Initially, the first boat that he bought was a clinker hull made by Lewis Brothers down at Huskisson. The clinker hull was on a trailer, $500 for the lot, under a big cover, dirty as anything, and that was his starting point. the early years weren't very good. As I mentioned to Kane and Peter, that sort of we were always happy if sort of Greg sort of put the boat in the water, and that at the end of the day we took it home. But not many times did he finish any races. Most of the time he was talking to the towboat fellows and coming back to shore. But he persevered very much so, and we used to back him sort of for a while there, but then he went out on his own, and when I say back him, it wasn't financially, it was just with doing rampy work and backing trailers and what have you. But he then moved along and he sort of went up a gear sort of thing. I moved south, Greg moved north up to Cessnock Way, and things really fired along. And Greg got right into it. He sort of went top notch. He had a heart for driving, loved the boating side of things. When I got up here this morning, and I hadn't been to boat races for quite a few decades, and just hearing the boat start up and rev up, and I got a few tears in the eyes, but you could sort of see that that's what Greg got a lot of enjoyment about. And it wasn't for the money. It's good to have the money. It wasn't for the sort of which is the best boat, which isn't. The friendships that he made, it became a lifelong friendships. A number of people that came up to me today and sort of made some comments about Greg. Greg was a different person to me, so but yeah, been a lovely day. My daughters thoroughly enjoyed it, Jess and her husband Tim, and also Emma, who used to help Greg a lot with boat ramp duties and moral backing, I suppose. So anyway, yeah, so it's great. But what Peter said before, and Kane sort of, that what you've got here, what you've got going, is really what Greg was all about. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
By the way, all the boat drivers in the Greg's Memorial race, sort of 9 boats drivers received a hat, a high flyer hat, which my daughter organised, Jessica, and there was one for the club, and so we're giving that to Peter for the club. Okay.
Thank you.
Righto.
Much appreciated. I'll get you to stay up here, Stephen, if we can get Jess up, and we will actually now do the presentation for the Greg Lewis Trophy. So there's actually a banner here. We can try and unfurl that with a checkered flag. So we've actually...
Greg wasn't fortunate enough to have children. I was fortunate enough to have one child, my daughter Jess, and Greg sort of probably adopted Jess as his daughter, was probably a better father for Jess. And he also sort of did what he could do for Emma too.
That's for you guys to hang on to. What I'll also do is get Kane Bannister come forward, and between you 3 people we'll get you to hand out the trophies and prize money. 3rd place, Greg Lewis final, Troy Marlin, sick puppy. Between the 2 of you.
Well, thanks again. It was an honour to run the race today for the Greg Lewis Memorial. Yeah, we thought we would have done maybe a little bit better, but anyway, we just didn't have it today, and yeah, we'll be definitely back for next time, for sure. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Yeah, we'll stay, we'll get some photos. 2nd place, all the way from Victoria, Connor Passon, turn it up.
I don't know, when you as a few of the guys know, when you get called up twice, you have a bit of time to think about what you can say and try and not sound like a sausage. But look, first and foremost, I'd like to thank Ev and my crew for making the trip. And Whoosh and Kev, it's a bit of a commitment for us, taking days off work and coming away and playing with you guys. So it's it's the joy we like to take, and yeah, the journey we like to take, and yeah, it's wonderful to come here. Unfortunately for me, I didn't really start boat racing until I was 14. I didn't, yeah, still good. I raced juniors, but for me, the people I grew up watching were Troy and Ryan and Pugs, and I've said this many a time in events like this. I never met a lot of the people I'm racing in their races. I really, truthfully, wish I did. I don't know, it makes me a bit upset that I never got to, and I see the following they build and the people they have surrounding them, and the emotions that everyone else has towards these people, and I never got to experience that. So one day I hope I end up in the same place, and Troy does, and Ryan does, and I get to take part in some of these guys' events. So yeah, I get to actually really feel the way some of the other guys feel about this. But yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll get you later. Thanks very much. And now we get to the big prize, the winner, Greg Lewis, inaugural. Lock and load, Ryan McIntosh. You guys can present that. Checkered flag. There's also the winner's checkered flag that all the drivers have signed. I'll get you to say a few words, Ryan. Yeah, it's all good. I'll hold them. You're good with holding all that? It's actually a metal pin in that. Oh, right. Because it stands it up. You give it to me if you like. Wait till.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank all my crew. We had a pretty busy weekend, a few things going wrong and that, but we got it going for the main one for the final, so it was all good there. Yeah, I knew Greg a little bit when I first started. He helped me out a little bit with, I had an old boat called the old Trojan boat, and he helped me with some propellers and stuff. So I sort of met him a little bit there, and yeah, I used to look up to him as well. He was very smooth and good to watch. So yeah, thanks everyone, and good luck.
Cheers, thanks mate. Thank you. We'll just get a photo with all the guys.
You want to hold
No, about it's too much. Thanks guys. Thank you very much. That's yours as well. Yeah. Yeah. Nice one to keep. Thanks very much, Stephen. Okay, we'll move on to the final trophy of the day, which is the Ray Wamsley Joe Trophy for unlimited displacement. Can I get the Wamsley family to come forward, please? Yeah, that's all right.
That's all right, get in.
Get in. You got the fourth place one there?
Oh, you got fourth place, can you?
Yeah.
This is me sisters and brothers, brother, all my sisters, me son and me daughter.
I'll give that to you.
And my wife.
Yeah.
Marissa. We'll start off. We'll work.
I thought you were giving it to me.
No. We'll work backwards. Fourth place. Pulled a lot of laps here in his time.
Come in, guys.
Kept pulling laps today, and that's what it's all about. Fourth place. The chase, Brendan Mason. Just some cash. You're right. Thank you. You're right, we've got a trophy, you're right. Stay up. Third place. Great effort all weekend. Had some grand ones, showed unbelievable pace. Bulldog, Jamie McCutcheon. Hey, Jamie. Oh, yeah, that's.
I don't know whether you were there for the.
Also won a brand new cell suit. Okay, now we get down to the. We'll get Jamie to say a few words first.
Yeah, thanks guys. yeah, a bit of a mixed weekend, but yeah, when we're going pretty good. Yeah, it's a bit embarrassed actually, first time racing at Raymond Terrace, but I like the track. It's good.
Yeah, come up more often.
Well, definitely. Yeah, big thank you to everyone who puts the show on, my crew. It got to about 8:30 on Friday night, and then I was just about ready to pull the pin, but we kept going. We come this far, and we made it here. So hopefully next time we can go a little bit better. Thank you.
Thank you. We get down to the pointy. Points, those being Joe Jr. and Reckless. So they finished. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for coming up. Just say a couple of words. Happy birthday.
Thanks, and thank you very much. It's been an awesome birthday. Thanks very much for to the Raymond Terrace Club. You don't come across as a small club. Your approach to this event was professional, transparency of information to the crews, the teams, supporters. There were never any questions asked because the questions were always answered before they were asked anyway. So you did an awesome job, and it was such a privilege to be here and race here. It's our first time here. It's a fantastic venue, and I'm sure you'll get plenty of groundswell from this event, and it'll go further and bigger from here. To the 105 guys and the 6 litre guys, awesome racing all weekend. The way that the 6 litre guys went about their business, Larry Martin and Greg Lewis would have been really stoked with the way you conducted yourselves. It was awesome racing, and I'm sure, I've got no doubt the Martin and Lewis families now are just very touched and moved by the effort you've put in, the quality of racing. It was just fantastic, and I just love watching it. You're awesome.
Yep. I'll just move forward. So obviously it doesn't take it to be rocket science to work out who the winner is of the inaugural Ray Wamsley Joe Trophy, Andrew Wamsley, Joe Jr.
It's unbelievable. Warwick, Dave, where are you? Come in. No, Warwick, Warwick, get in here. Dave, these guys travel Adelaide. Where are you, Dave? Get in here. These 2 guys and Damo. Damo hasn't been with me for a couple of years, but these 2 guys travelled to Adelaide, Melton, Queensland, everywhere. We've had a shit run for 5 years or more. I bought a motor off Dave Bowen and Alan Newton, twin turbo motor. We've had a few issues. Nudo's kept at it, and he's worked and he's worked, and we've cracked it. I'd like to thank my wife for everything she does at home with my business. No, with my business. She has her own job, but she runs my business when she comes home from work. And that's what's paid for this event, or not for this event, for this class to happen this weekend. I'd love to thank everyone from Victoria, South Australia, Queensland, There's a bloke from Tasmania, and I believe he's coming back in October. I'll put it up there. The club, you've done the best job that I could ever ask you to do for my dad. And yeah, I think I've nearly nailed it with everyone. I'd just like to thank one other bloke, Chris Kenner. He rang me from the States and he said, Andrew, your club's doing an awesome job. I want to put up 2 race suits. How do you want us to put them out? I said, put them luck of the draw, so everyone's got a chance of winning them. I stuffed up. He wanted to give it to first place. So anyway, Chris Kenner in the States, thanks for your help. These guys up the back here, Polytherm. His father is a great mate of my dad. He didn't want his name out. He just wanted to put up the money to sponsor the event, but we used their name anyway. And it's not a company, it was a family friend that put up the money to run the event as the main sponsor. I've already spoke to a few guys already for sponsorship for next year. I've got a couple of new guys. Mr. Marlin's out the back there. I've got the flying bloody Rissole over here. I got him in, and yeah, we'll make this event bigger and better, and I just want you all to come back because it will be better in October. Thank you.
We'll just get some photos, guys. Tate, Jamie, Brendo, get in close. Okay, in conclusion, I'd like to thank everybody who's come here this weekend. I hope you've enjoyed the hospitality of the Raymond Terrace Aquatic Club, the best little club on the coast. We've been racing here for over 60 years and we're going to keep going. Finally, if I've missed thanking anybody, my deepest apologies possible, but your efforts are appreciated. Thank you all, safe travels.
They said they were going to bring. What happened to them?
Your volunteers that were in the shirts. Do you want a photo all together too? Your volunteers that. You know,
oh, if we can get them all, if we could get them all together, I'd do it. Yeah. It's hard with no PA because you sort of want to yell because it's no PA. Coming through the